So guys, now we will see the remaining images of the cell injury. This is part 2. Alright. So guys, now we will see the 11th image, and this image is showing you a certain blue colored structure. So all that blue colored structure, all these blue colored structures are the iron deposition. Because guys, the microscopically iron accumulation will be seen as an brown color. So we cannot say 100% that this is the iron. So to check whether it's iron or not, you can do one special stain. The name given is Pulse Prussian blue stain. So in this Pulse Prussian blue stain, the iron will get stained as in blue colored. So you can easily say that it's a iron accumulation, and the accumulation of iron in the organ is known by the name hemochromatosis, which is a separate entity, and we will discuss it later on in some another lecture. So to confirm the iron deposition in the organ, you can do the Pulse Prussian blue stain. Sometime in the hemolytic anemia, the iron is getting accumulated in the bone marrow. At that time, you can do this Prussian blue stain and you can confirm the iron deposition, and you can even grade the iron deposition as well. Alright. Now this 12th image based MCQ is showing you this particular pathology. So guys, please describe this structure. If you observe carefully, then you can say that it's a blue colored structure. Alright. And the deposition is concentric. Here you can see the concentric deposition of a blue colored structure. So that is suggestive of calcification. So this blue colored concentric accumulation of calcium is known by the name Samoma body. So it's a image of Samoma body, and this body is seen in dystrophic calcification, where you have the dead or degenerated tissue, and because of degeneration in the tissue, calcium is getting deposited, and they will deposited in the concentric manner sometime, which will form a Samoma body. And this particular body is seen in meningioma, then papillary thyroid carcinoma, and in the serous cystadenoma of ovary. So in these three particular cancer, the Samoma body is specifically seen. If you learn the calcification in the detail, then you can check the playlist and see my video regarding the calcification. Alright, now guys, we will see the 13 image based MCQ. This 13 image is of lower esophagus, where you can observe the squamous cell. This is the histopathological image of lower end of esophagus. A biopsy was taken because the patient was complaining constant vomiting. So here you can see that there is a presence of squamous lining, and which is gradually replaced by columnar lining, and particularly it is this columnar epithelium is particularly like that of intestinal epithelium. I am saying that because guys, here you can observe a cleared structure in between the columnar epithelium, which is a goblet cell. So presence of goblet cell is suggestive of intestinal metaplasia. So the replacement of lower end of esophagus squamous epithelium by columnar intestinal epithelium is known by the name intestinal metaplasia, which is given the name Barrett esophagus. So this is the diagram of Barrett esophagus. Alright. Now 14 image based MCQ. Here you have to identify the accumulated pigment. This is the gross diagram of carcinoid tumor in the organ, and in the carcinoid the deposited pigment is lipofuscin, and this lipofuscin, you know very well that lipofuscin is stained as a brown color. We have just discussed it before few minutes. So This brown color is because of lipofuscin pigment deposition. So this is the diagram of carcinoid and the deposited pigment is lipofuscin. Alright. 15th image based MCQ. Identify this pathological structure. You have to identify this particular structure. So guys, first of all, it's a extracellular accumulation of pink substance and it's somewhat homogeneous. So guys, this is nothing but it's a amyloid deposition, particularly A beta type, which is characteristically seen in the brain in a case of an Alzheimer disease. So it could be a case of Alzheimer disease in which you have the A beta type of amyloid deposition. Alright, now we will see the 16th image based MCQ, which is very important. Obviously, this is the stained chromosome, and you have to identify this rounded area. Alright, so you have to identify this area. Alright, so this round area are a end of chromosome. So guys, at the end of chromosome you have the short stretch of DNA. You have the DNA pairs, short stretch of DNA pairs, which is known by the name telomere. So guys, this mark area is telomere, which is a end of chromosome, both lower end of chromosomes. So these end structures are short stretch of DNA, which is known by the name telomere. And the importance of telomere is that guys, with each cell division, this telomere is become shortened. It will become shortened, and that's why a cell can be capable of divide only up to 60 to 70 times, which is known by the name Hayflick limit or Hayflick phenomena. So this structure is telomere. If you want to learn more about the telomere and the cellular aging, then you can check the playlist and you can see my video regarding the cellular aging as well. I have already made the video regarding that. Alright, now the 17th image based MCQ. Here you have to identify the mark area. Alright guys, here somewhat history is needed to identify this histopathological image. So you might be given case history that a patient is bodybuilder, a patient is hypertension, and in the echocardiography there is a presence of hypertrophy of heart. So in this histopathological image, sometime you can see the boxcar nucleus in the LVH. So this is the case of hypertrophy of the myometrium because of hypertension. Sometimes this enlarged nucleus can be seen. It is not a malignancy, but it's a hypertrophied nuclei because of hypertrophy. Alright, 18th image based MCQ. You have to identify this structure. So here you can see guys that the cytoplasm is totally packed with a whitish ballooned structure. The cell is ballooned and the deposition is whitish, soap bubble like deposition. And such accumulation is because of accumulation of gangliosides in the lysosome. It is one of the lysosomal storage defect, and such type of fat accumulation is seen in one lysosomal disorder that is known by the name Tay-Sachs disease. So it's a case of Tay-Sachs disease. Alright, now we will see the 19th MCQ. You have to identify this structure. This is the diagram of kidney, in which this is the abnormal area. So guys, here you can see that cytoplasm is totally clear in the cell and the outline is maintained. So such clearing is because of water accumulation. And you know very well that water accumulation within the cell is known by the name hydropic swelling. So it's a case of hydropic swelling or cloudy swelling. Now I will not discuss the pathogenesis of this hydropic or cloudy swelling in the detail because I have already made the video regarding the reversible cell injury and particularly cloudy swelling before few days. So you can check the playlist and you can see the video regarding the reversible cell injury. This cloudy swelling is classically seen in reversible cell injury. So it's a morphology that is seen in the reversible cell injury. So see that video if you don't know the hydropic swelling. Alright. Now 20th MCQ. This particular image is showing you a black colored deposition of certain pigmented substance. So that is the special stain Sudan Black B, which stain the fat as a black colored. So it's a special stain for fat. That is the Sudan stain. Alright. Now this particular image is showing you a red colored accumulation. It looks like an fat, and the fat is stained as an red color with oil red O. So here this is the particular image of special stain, particularly oil red O, in which the fat is stained as a red color. Alright. Again, this is the repeat MCQ of pulse Prussian blue stain. This blue color structure are iron deposition, and here we have applied the spatial stain is pulse Prussian blue. So it's a spatial stain image. It's a repeat MCQ. Alright. Now 23rd image. Very important MCQ that can be asked in the exam. Guys, these three particular nuclear changes can be seen in irreversible cell injury. This is particularly seen in irreversible cell injury. And guys, here we will see each image one by one. So in the first image you can see that the nucleus is very dark. You can see the chromatin condensation in the nucleus. This darkly stained nucleus with chromatin condensation is because of pycnosis. So the first image is showing you a pycnosis. Alright. Now in the second image you can observe that nucleus is fragmented. So such nuclear change is known by the name karyohexis. So it's a karyohexis. Alright. In the third image you can observe that the nucleus is almost lost. It's a totally dissoluted. So the dissolution of nucleus is known by the name karyolysis. It's known by the name karyolysis. So this first image is of pycnosis. Second image, that is fragmentation of nucleus, is of karyohexis, and the third one is karyolysis, in which the nucleus is dissoluted. Alright. Now last image. This is the electron microscopic diagram. So in this electron microscopy you can see the concentric black structure. Okay, here you can see that concentric accumulation is present. So guys, this particular concentric deposition in the electron microscopy is seen in the reversible cell injury. It's particularly seen in reversible cell injury, and here you will have phospholipid and calcium accumulation together, so they will form a concentric lamination. So this concentric lamination in the electron microscopy is known by the name myelin figure. So it's a electron microscopic image of myelin figure. If you want to learn it in detail, then see my video regarding the reversible cell injury. So guys, this is all about the images from the cell injury. Hope it will help you to understand every image of the cell injury. If you have any question, then please ask in the comment section. And if you are liking my video, if you like this particular video, then guys, like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much and see you soon in the next video. Until then, take care.